Today we welcome an author, speaker, and advocate whose work shine a light of resilience, redemption, and the power of storytelling. Growing up in the South Bronx in the 70s, a time marked with poverty, violence, and the struggle to survive without a father figure, he chronicled his raw and honest journey of hardship and hope. He captured not only the pain and chaos of urban life, but also the courage that is to rise about it, to change your story and find purpose. So now we say, welcome to Writing Inspiration with Markee Books. Hello, Russell. How are you feeling?
I'm fine.
Oh, excellent. So, tell us, what inspired you to become a writer?
Well, first I write under the name Russell Vann, Russellvann. And my inspiration was just self-reflection, somewhat of a self-therapy, just going over life and seeing the decisions that you've made and, how they can impact the future.
Okay. So basically, you get inspired by this change in your life. But when did this happen?
Probably about 15 years ago. Just life has a way of waking you up and different scenarios that go on in life. And then sometimes you just need to reflect because a lot of things that are current situations or current feelings or current emotions are due to past trauma, past incidents.
I understand. Oh, so you have been writing for like 15 years?
Yes.
Wow. And that's great. Well, you do have a lot of books right now.
Right. Got a couple more coming. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So, are you right now a full-time writer or are you balancing with something else?
I balance it with work.
Oh, okay. What is your day job usually?
I work with people with special needs.
Oh, okay. So a type of therapist.
Yes. Children who have behavioral health issues.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
Well,
13 and under. Right.
well, so, sounds difficult, but actually rewarding. So, do you have any hobbies that help you with your work?
I don't have any hobbies that inspire me in my work. I have hobbies like I collect little Funko Pop things. You ever see these things like that? I collect those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a few of them. I collect those and in the writing and just experiencing life and learning. Learning helps me write because when you start to meet different people and you learn about different people, that's kind of like the subject with the books. It's just talking about life itself, people. And the news, I like to watch the news a lot. I don't believe anything they say, but I like to watch.
Okay, that's great. So, do you ever thought, this will be your life, like you becoming a writer?
No, but I'm 57 years old now. One thing I can tell you about life, it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen and who it's going to happen to. Every day is a new day and anything can happen every day.
Right, of course. So, how long did it take you to finish your first book?
I think it took me a year.
Not bad. That's okay. Okay. Then you just publish it yourself, or you went traditional?
I went traditional with the first one, and then the second one I saw I can do myself. But what I realized is it's better when you have a collaboration and you have professionals doing everything that needs to be done. When everyone thinks they can publish a book, everyone can publish a book, but it's more, if you want someone to read it, it's going to be more than just publishing the book. So, at first, and this is our second go around, but the first time was a learning experience and we did well. So now, since we did a rebranding, because now the book has a different cover than it had the first time. So this time should be a massive success.
Oh, by the way, it looks great, the cover.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we did it, but seeing printed always nice. So, do you have any advice for new writers starting right now based on your life?
Yeah, if you're writing and you're writing about your life, don't get family involved because people start getting their little feelings hurt when they start reading the truth. And then you start altering your craft and you want to start writing, trying to please other people. So if you're going to do it by yourself. If you can't do it with somebody that you can be totally honest with, don't do it with other people because they're gonna hold you back from reaching your fullest potential as far as when you're writing. You're not gonna be able to give 100% because you're gonna be holding back. And when you want to be writing, you definitely want to be raw and uncensored.
Yeah, it's true. We have some guests that had some problems too regarding that. That's a problem with memoirs. Oh, do you have any other advice?
Uh, just go. We should just do what you feel is right as far as with the writing. Go at your own pace. Don't force anything. And in reality, it's your story, so who cares what anyone else thinks? If they like it, they'll read it. They like it. If they don't like it, don't read it. That's the great thing about America.
Exactly. Do you edit your own books or do you have a team or people helping you?
Never do anything when it comes to these books by yourself because you're not a professional. Get professionals to do it. Mistake number, get professionals. If you want the book editor, get people who edit books who knows what they're doing. If you want marketing, get people who's gonna market the book who knows how to market it. If you want a social media presence, then get someone that's professional in the social media presence because you're gonna get what you pay for. So you could do all of those things, but you're going to do them in a capacity that's not going to be worth like they say, is the juice worth the squeeze. So if you pay for something, you're going to get it done right. If you do it yourself, you're going to make a lot of mistakes through trial and error. And I don't have time to make mistakes.
Right. So, what was the most difficult thing you have to struggle when you started writing the first time?
I was just thinking about where to start, how to move forward, who to include, what not to include, what's important, what's not important. So, I mean, the book doesn't tell everything, but it tells a lot.
Do you have like a writing routine or style, pre-planning, plotting, improvising?
Well, I need peace and quiet. I
Well,
need
yeah.
focus. Right. Yeah. I need peace and quiet and focus. A lot of things taking my attention away. And I need a routine. If I have a routine, I'm a very structured and routine kind of guy. So when I do something, if I do it every day, same time every day, then I get into a routine and it just flows. It becomes muscle, mind memory.
Yeah, actually, I agree. That thing that some authors do, going to a cafe and writing there, it's those coffee shops. I can't do that.
Yeah,
It's too
me neither.
distracting seeing so many people's moving around, and you don't know if you know. Usually, when I'm out of my house, I have to be, aware of my surroundings. because
Absolutely.
because you never know what if a crazy person or something is going to get close to you or something.
That's right.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Do you do anything in particular when you get blocked or something?
I just let it flow. When it comes, it comes. Then you go into it might be a day you might write 40 pages, might be a day you write a sentence. It might be months go by where you don't write. It all depends. You got to flow because if you're tired, you're not going to be able to really go into those the mind juices. And then remember, it's a memoir, so you have to go into memories. So you got to kind of relive stuff because whenever you're thinking about something, your body is still reacting to the memory.
Of
So, a
course.
lot of that is difficult.
Oh, okay. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your first book? A little bit of promotion.
Well, this is the first book called Ghetto Bastard, a memoir, and we just did a relaunching. Very nice illustrations. About a young man has South Bronx on the shirt. That's where I'm from, and in the ghetto, and it has a little the Empire State Building in the background because we are in the shadow of the city. And the first one, Ghetto Bastard, it's an up and coming about a young fatherless child, actually a motherless child, a child that was raised by his grandfather's mother. So his great grandparent raised him, and going through life's tribulations of fatherless children, and how in the interim, when growing up without a father in the ghetto or urban areas, resource deprived areas, should we say, and the trials and tribulations that come along with that. Because when young men, which is kind of what we're dealing with today, when young men grow up without a father and they're raised by these single mothers, we see the results of what's happening. So this is about a child that's raised by a single woman, but the dynamics were a lot different. It was an older single, not single, she was actually married, raised and this is a story of the up and coming in the South Bronx in the 1970s, where if anybody looked up history and saw what the South Bronx looked like in the 1970s, you can see where I grew up at. And I grew up in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx. So it's a story of growing up and surviving in our urban jungles without a father, without a role model, and trying to navigate through what the ghetto has to offer: death, destruction, poverty, disease, incarceration. So navigating, the book is about a young man without a father, trying to navigate through life and becoming a man and surviving all those things. And then the following book, which is Ghetto Bastard 2, it shows once you grow up and surviving the neighborhood, surviving the hood, surviving the ghetto. And then the last one is called Life After Death, which is about escaping the ghetto, alive, unscathed. So very good books. It's kind of
Oh, you haven't printed 4.
huh?
You haven't printed the 4 one.
Oh no, I'm writing that one still. So
Okay,
we have
okay.
come up. Yeah, that's still right. That's coming soon. But yeah, that's how we have it there.
Yeah, I remember those covers.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Well, it sounds like quite a deep story.
Very deep.
So, do you have a story of how you named your books? Like, how did it happen?
Oh well, I named them Ghetto Bastard because my mother and father weren't married, and I was, child of an unwed, so I didn't have a mother and father. So in the hood, they call that a bastard. When a
Oh,
mother and father, when the child parents aren't married, they call them a bastard. That's history, right? That's throughout history that they call that, even in the medieval time. And I call the second one Ghetto Bastard Survival, because surviving the hood, surviving the neighborhood, surviving the ghetto, surviving the drugs, surviving, the gangs. I named this one Life After Death. And you would have to read too to understand it, but it does come off the brink of death. So this is Life After Death. It's one of my favorite covers with the hand reaching out the ground, because a lot of people don't know what it is to be near death. I do. So I speak about that. And it all comes together. And then that's what book 4 is going to be about: the American dream, surviving all of those things in the ghetto, the poverty, the police, the disease, the gangs. So the lack of jobs. So that's what 4 is about: calling the American dream, achieving all those things, even with all those other obstacles in the way.
you're right. Okay, okay. So right now, what are you writing? You are finishing the 4 one, but you mentioned you have a couple. So are you already working on the next one?
No, but it's in my head. The next one is going to be more of a biblical book, as far as having a spirituality growing up in the ghetto. Despite all the negativity that's around you, growing up with some kind of spirituality, and making positive decisions, and how having a higher purpose and a higher source in your life. And then the sixth one is going to be called What If. So it's going to be a retelling all the books together, one to 4. It's going to be a retelling of the story as if you didn't make those right decisions. So
What an interesting concept.
right,
Okay.
right. That'll be a fiction. That'll be a novel. That'll be the first novel.
Oh no, it actually sounds great. So, between all the books you mentioned, which one is your favorite so far that you read it?
I think number three is because number three is really just a story of survival as a family.
Yeah, I have the same idea. You seem to give three more attention.
Yeah, well, it was a lot. The three covered a lot in a small area of time, but it was things that needed to be said, and that's why, like I said, number four just bring it all together.
Mhm, right. Okay. Okay. So, what's like your largest goal or dream right now as a writer?
To get me my massive advertising, really put the book where I think it belongs. I've gotten a lot of feedback through the course of the years. A lot of people like it all through all cultures, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Everyone has given good feedback. So my goal is to get a massive advertising program in effect to really boost the sales. And then also, when we put that into effect, to start going on tour to these various book shows. But then I already have my audience waiting. So yeah, that's the next perspective.
No, well, it does sound great. So, do you have any memorable experience with readers that you remember fondly?
Uh, well, no, just from going to the shows and speaking to a lot of people, just to know that there was a small fan base, that people who have actually read it that I haven't met before, but I was able to read them then, and they actually came looking for the book and looking for the author. So, anytime you can have that intellectual property that people really want to read, and I like that. Those are good experiences.
Okay, okay. Oh, do you have right now like a support network with other writers or something that gave you their opinions or something?
Before we did, not right now, but I'll probably be getting back into that, having, a big part of those programs. COVID had changed a lot of things. Before that, really into things online and trying to stay in kinds of different groups, do different podcasts and things like that. But COVID kind of shut that down a little bit. But now, I'm looking to go back and get back into the mix.
Oh, okay. So, how are you handling the challenges of marketing right now?
Uh, we're gonna hire professionals.
Well, you say yourself.
That's it. Hire professionals. That's it. Can't we tried everything ourselves, and like I said, if you want something done right, if you're really looking to do anything properly, hire the professionals to do it. I mean, anyone can do anything, but can you do it the best? And I want everything done the best, so I'm gonna hire the best. I just want to make sure it's cost effective.
Right. Oh, do you have any plans for the future? Like, are you planning to go to an event or something to promote yourself in person?
Well, we're gonna wait because usually it starts at the beginning of the year. They put a list out of all the book fairs and book shows that are going to be going on throughout the year. So when that comes out, we'll start making some decisions of where we make appearances.
Okay, okay. Do you have like any social media where you can share that information for the people watching that might want to meet you?
Facebook at Russell Vann. I'm on there, so that'll have all the information. I look a little younger then. And ghettobastard.com, that has a a whole show and everything on there. Once you go to ghettobastard.com, it has a guidance that goes through. It has a TV that you can look at, and it has various things. But ghettobastard.com, you can pick up the book on Amazon, of course. 1, 2, and 3, Russell Vann, RussellVann. And like I said, at Facebook, Russell Vann.
Okay. Oh, and which platforms can we buy your books right now?
Amazon.
Only Amazon?
Yeah, right now we're spreading. We do have the Barnes and Noble online. You can also buy that there. And then yeah, it's in a lot of different platforms. But like when you go on Amazon, it'll refer you to other ones because we do have the ebook
Oh,
also.
okay. Okay, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Russell. I think that's all for now for this episode. Well, we say bye. Bye to Russell. Bye, Russell.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today. Well, thanks for coming and joining us today. If you find this episode inspiring, like, subscribe, and share this video. And give Markee Books a try in the link below. Have a nice day and see you next week. Bye.